Sorry, Dr. Dan, I had to give it a few seconds for Apple's screen recording software to work. This is our second or maybe third attempt at recording this video. We are very tired. We have been at long night all day. Thank you so much for that invite. Let me just go over what we did for our app. We butchered it last time, didn't go over our code. We'll make sure to give you a nice look at our beautiful code this time. But to go over my features really quick, I added a trash feature, which is this little unhappy face, which will be you tomorrow when you realize this is not on the App Store yet. It's kind of sad. If we go into quick and easy, you'll see these are all of our options, right? So if I go into one of these spaghetti ones, Dylan's probably going to kill me if I don't give this a nice favorite. And if I go over here, let's go into the Toast Hawaii. Let's give that a dislike. If I bounce back out of here, I can go to the dislike. You'll see Toast Hawaii is in the trash can, and in favorites we have the spaghetti with tomato sauce. This is just a weird error we're getting. It's not an issue that actually causes any problems with the application itself. I also did some styling changes with the colors. You can see it looks a little nicer now. It's like kind of like a clean little dark mode. And also added in this, obviously, I moved these little hanging buttons over here, these floating buttons to the right, and I made them call. Let me look through the code really quick. I was going to do that after Dylan's thing, but Dylan wants me to do it now, so we're going to do it now. In main.dart, you can see I added one new theme that's being passed around in here. It's these two methods here, the toggle trash and ismeal trash methods, which are pretty near copies of the favorites methods. They do pretty similar logic. And then inside the trash screen, if I go over to the trash screen here, the difference here is obviously it's all referencing trash meals. It does give you text over here that says you have no trash items. Just start throwing them out. So you can be a little picky about things. The main thing that does get changed and the main thing that got added with this, right, is these floating buttons over here, which is going to be in the category meals, or I believe meal detail screen. My bad. You can see in this screen over here, we had to add a couple of things in here. Those are floating action buttons, right? So instead of what Max had, which was just one floating action button here, we actually had to do a column with multiple floating action buttons. We had to change the alignment because obviously the column takes the full height, so we moved them down to the bottom here. And then we added a small little size box in the middle to give these things a little bit of padding between the two so that you can have a little bit of padding and they're not touching each other. It's easier to tap. Anyway, that's sort of the end of my upgrades, and then obviously I changed the theming and some minor things with that. I will let Dylan go over his changes.
Hello. So a couple of things that Jig touched on is now we're using a nav bar, as the app originally had a drawer, and that is booty cheeks if you ask me. And so we chose to use a nav bar, and so within here on the tab screen, you can see right here we added our new navigation bar items. So we have the different icons, the different labels, and we also took the labels off because yeah, you just don't do that on apps, and no offense. And so one thing that I really worked on was getting the filter screen to be its own screen in itself, instead of going over here, clicking this drawer, and then it opening up the different pages. So now when you come over to settings, you can go to filters, turn a filter on, and now it's auto saving instead of coming back and clicking a save button. We're trying to make this very user friendly. So now if we come to quick and easy, you'll see you don't see those gluten items, and so for that way of saving it automatically, I did this right here. So when we do the set state, instead of calling the button function right here, I just passed in this stuff that we had for the function to automatically save it every time you click a button, and this seemed to have worked. So that is pretty much what we did this week for the upgrades. It wasn't very crazy upgrades, but it was very much so user friendly and making it more appealing to the user. And so we hope you enjoyed our YouTube video this week. We really hope you leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want to see more amazing uploads like this. I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Bye, Dr. Dan.
Goodbye. Subscribe.